Assalamu alaikum and welcome to another episode of QG Diaries, a program on Quranology Television QGTV. Today marks day 14 or 2 weeks of Ramadan 2015, and the question we will pose today is, what is pure monotheism according to Quran? Pure monotheism is not a term which Quran uses, even the word monotheism or tawheed in Arabic. This is not in Quran, surprisingly. Rather, Quran uses the personality of Ibrahim to give a blueprint on how to achieve this pure monotheism. And what's the point of achieving this pure monotheism? Well, essentially, when we fully orientate ourselves towards Allah, so that is, we remove the impediments which obstruct our connection with Allah. What happens is that we attain that natural peace which we are basically inclined to, except, unfortunately we were diverted from it somehow. So Ibrahim in Quran, very interestingly, how he is expounded in Quran, I find it very interesting, because in chapter 2, although it mentions Ibrahim, it does not mention how he came to his state of being. It doesn't. It simply mentions that he is fully inclined to Allah. I will explain that in a minute. Same as chapter 3. Chapter 4 mentions him sort of like with regards to the system, but it is chapter 6. Chapter 6 is the chapter which starts to expound the idea of tawheed in a very detailed way. And this is where Ibrahim comes in. He's mentioned, like I can see about twice in this chapter. Once his where he deals with the various phenomena of nature and in society, and he achieves that state of being fully inclined to Allah. That's in chapter 6, verses 74 to 79. And then at the end of chapter 6, we come to him again. And this is where, if you read from verse 61, it says, say, speaking to the reader, Innani hadani rabbi ila siratal mustaqim. Okay, I am guided by my Lord towards the straight and establishing path. Dinan qayyima, a deen which establishes you, puts you upright. Millata Ibrahima Hanifa. Now, this is the path of Ibrahim Hanifa. What is Hanifa? Hanifa is to be inclined to something. To be curved is another meaning which I find very interesting, because the earth is a sphere. So any straight line you draw on the earth will be a curve. And I feel that this shows that Ibrahim was fully realized. He was fully real. And that's why he had no shirk in him. As the next phrase says, وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. Now, this is a phrase which is only connected with Ibrahim. That his essence, وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. His essence was not from those who associated with Allah. The next ayah explains his state. Kul inna salati wa nusuki. Verily, my relationships, so the reader is instructed, my relationships, every relationship I make with every aspect of the universe, whether with Allah, with your fellow human beings, with nature, wa nusuki. So the work I perform, people call it your life rituals, as it were. Wa mahyaya, and my life. Wa mamati, my death. Lillahi Rabbil Alameen, is for the sake of Allah, the Lord of the worlds. So then it says, La sharika lahu, there is no partners for him. Wa bidhalika umirtu, and like that I am commanded. Wa ana awwalul muslimin, and I am foremost of those who makes things whole and sound. So you can see that the pure monotheism is something which is very grounded. You have a certain state, and this state becomes your basis of your life philosophy. That is pure monotheism in my understanding of Quran. I'm afraid I can't go into any more verses on this issue. Inshallah, a presentation will follow at some point. Thank you very much for viewing QG Diaries. Bye.